it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up with another video for our Scrapmadness collaboration with Miranda and Laura. And this is a super fun one today because this is actually a scrap lift of Laura and Miranda. They did in February one of their Scrap Lift Sunday videos. They were scrap lifting a really cute layout, and I'm really sorry, but at this point in my voiceover and this late at night, I cannot remember who they were scrap lifting, but I know it was a Coco Vanilla Studio layout. I believe her name might have been Pam. I'll make sure I leave the original down below, and I'll try to remember to link Laura and Miranda's take on this layout as well. So I am 100% scrap lifting them, and they were scrap lifting somebody else. So it's all a fun scrap lift circle that we've got going on today. And basically the layout just had lots and lots and lots of layers in a little bit of a cross design, sort of leaning to the left, and the all the little individual pieces of paper were distressed, so I just used my scissors and distressed all of those. I did that before I started filming because it just takes me so long. If I had a little distress tool, it would be much quicker, but I don't, so it just takes a little bit of extra time. So I did that off camera, except for the first one that you saw me do, the last one really, because I wanted to show you that I did one on camera. And at this point, I'm actually just playing around because I wasn't sure how it was all going to look and come together. So I was just kind of having a play around with the layers. So obviously I'm not sticking anything down. This layout does take me quite some time to get together because it does take a while to stick all these bits down. It is quite a lot of dimension. There's a lot going on, but I think it's cool. It's different. I really like it. I loved the girls' take on it, so I just wanted to give it a shot. Now I am using my March homemade kit, which I filmed on the 1st of March, if you want to go and take a look at that. I am doing my best to kill that kit this month, but also without, I guess, I'm not doing every layout in March with this kit because that would make me bored, but I am doing my best to give it a red hot crack of killing that kit. I still have a little bit to go, but I believe I've made 5 layouts with it so far, so we will see if I can get a couple more in for the month, but yeah, time will tell. So you can see me here, I'm layering. I am going to stop layering in a second, and I'm actually going to start sticking some things down, and I'll do some of my sticking off camera, and then I will come back and I will finish it off. So I'm just placing my photo there on the left, and it is a photo from a trip I took to Hawaii in October of 2010, so 10 years ago now, crazy, with a girlfriend, and that is just us in an old car at one of the hotels we stayed at on Maui. So I think that was Hotel Wailea actually, and it was a lot of fun. So that's just a little pic that one of the I don't know, do you call them bellboys? What do you call them in America? Concierge? I don't know. They took the photo for us and it was fun. So I just wanted to capture it, and I loved the blue, and it's bright and summery, and I just thought it was a super cute photo, and yeah, I thought I would use it for this layout. So I have stuck that middle bit all together, but I haven't stuck it down onto the page yet, and now I'm going to create my sort of layers that I guess are forming the vertical cross, so to speak, the vertical part of the cross. And yeah, I'm just layering. That's all I'm doing. Tucking it in. I do cut off some of the excess paper because it was getting quite bulky, and I didn't want it to get too much bulkier in the middle, so I do cut off some of the paper as I'm layering it in, just so that there's not so much excess behind the layers. And that's all I'm doing really. It's a very easy layout, even though it can look a bit complicated. It is actually quite easy to put together, so I am really happy with how it looks. It's very different. It's a little bit unusual for me. It's a bit, when I first finished it, I was like, this is a hot mess when I was looking at it. But once I embellished it and put my photo on and kind of, added some finishing touches, it all really did come together. And I think it's cute. And it's a great way to use up scraps. So if you have a lot of scraps left over and little bits of paper, this is a really nice way to use those up. There's not much else I can really tell you though. I've got paper from all sorts of different collections. If you go back and check out my homemade kit video, you will see where they're all from. A lot of them are from paper pads, Amy Tangerine stitched, Jen Hadfield homemade, I think, or Pebble, Jen Hadfield homemade, I think, and then Pebble's Tea Lightful. So they are the 3 paper pads I've used, and there's a couple of extra 12 by 12 pieces of pattern paper in there as well, but I don't know if I got any of those in this layout. But anyway, that's where they're all from. And then the embellishments I used, I'm pretty sure, are from Simple Stories. Yes, I believe they are. Some sticker sheets. And I will say, or I'll tell you when I get to that point, the stickers don't stick very well anymore. So after I have finished with this kit, they may need to be thrown away. The ones that I didn't use, because they really have lost their stick. And yeah, I probably should have used them a little bit earlier, but I did not. So here I am layering it all up. So I know that my layers are not straight. And this is one time where it actually does annoy me a little bit. But obviously I just had to let it go because it was too late. But I would have preferred them to be a little straighter, unfortunately, but they are not. But that's life. So you can see me now. I'm deciding to stick down what I've got so far onto the page so that I can finish off my layering and then do the rest of the layout. So I am skewing my cross, I guess. I mean, it's not really a cross, but it's that feel to the left, which is what both Miranda and Laura do, and it is what the original layout did, and I think that looked great, so I'm sticking with it. And I'm just adding in now some more layers just to, why not? Just because I had them there and I wanted to use them up. I didn't use all of them, but I did get quite a few on. I was very happy with how much paper I used actually for this layout. Very proud of myself. So you can see me there layering. So let me ask you some questions, because I don't know how many more times I can say I'm just layering. How are you guys enjoying our March so far? I know it's a lot of videos to watch, but hopefully you guys are having fun just watching all of the inspiration coming your way this month. We are super happy to be involved, and it has challenged Jess and my time management skills, I will tell you that. We are pre-filming, so it's February when I'm filming this, but we are madly planning out our videos so that we can make sure we get them all up for you, as well as obviously we've got DT commitments and whatnot as well. But I am telling you, it is so much fun. I've loved pushing myself and trying new things like this. And yeah, really getting a chance to get in there and use up my stash. I tell you what, there is nothing like a month-long collaboration where you need to make a video. Well, we don't need to make a video every day, but I'm making 16 layouts in March. That's a lot of layouts for me. I don't usually do that many in 1 month. And it's a nice way to use up your stash and get stuck in. I have only bought one collection so far this year, and that is the new Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection. And I've been proud of myself. I haven't bought anything else, even with Creativation. So yeah, I'm really trying hard this year to be mindful of my purchases and really think about what I already have and using up some of that before I spend up my money and buy more supplies. So I have gone back to work, which means, I do at least have some money coming in, but, there's lots of other expenses, as we well know, with life, and childcare fees. Childcare is very expensive. So we're just going to be a little bit more mindful of our purchases. And because I don't have quite as much time to scrap, I am hoping that, playing with what I do have will satisfy my my need for new and exciting things, because there's some collections I haven't even used yet, so they're still new in a lot of ways. I have nearly finished my layering, I promise, so I'm just sort of sticking down the last few little bits, and I don't add all of the layers and bits of paper there that I have to the layout. As I said, I don't put them all on, but I think I'm done. There we go. So that is the finished layered look, and now I'm just going to embellish. And I do add 3 clusters of embellishments, and I did think about backing my photo on pattern paper, but I decided that was a little bit much. So I go into my white scraps. I keep all of my white scraps from like when I cut files and things like that, if I've only used half a page of white cardstock, or say it's a wreath and there's a bit in the middle and I could use it to back a 4x6 or 3x4 photo, then it goes into a plastic pocket and I keep it and use that for my backing of my photos. So yeah, I am happy to have that stashed there, and it means I don't waste as much. So I'm putting some foam down, and then I'm going to mount my photo, and then I will create my embellishment clusters. I'm also thinking about where I want to put my titles. So I'm trying to use up some of my older phrase thickers. So I want to use this title that says "Meet Me in the Sunshine." We're in Hawaii. I'm with a good friend. We're on holidays. I just thought it worked. It was a good title. So yeah, I'm just kind of figuring out, I'm loosely placing my title down. I'm not sort of sticking it, but I just wanting to see where it will fit, and then putting my clusters kind of around it as well. So I'm happy with doing the "Meet Me in" and then this up the top, and then the sunshine down the bottom. And I will end up putting the onto the photo. So I will have "Meet Me in Sunshine" on the layers of paper, and then the word "the" will go on top of the photo. And I'm just looking through those stickers that I was talking about earlier. I think they're from Simple Stories, maybe one of the I Am collections. And I'm thinking that I might use some of those on my layout. And as I start sticking some things down, I'm realizing they're not sticking. They're really not sticking. So I end up using some foam dots to pop some up. And then I also use wet glue to stick some down. And it will work fine for this layout. But as I said earlier, I think once I'm done with this kit and once this month is done, I think I'm going to let these stickers go. I think their time has come. I could use wet glue or double-sided tape to attach them, but I'm not that in love with them. And I'm thinking it might be time for them to move out of my collection and my stash. So as you can see, I'm creating a little cluster in the bottom left, and I've just put the S on top of that cluster as well. And now I'm going to work on a cluster at the top right. And I actually stuck some of the stickers onto white cardstock and then fussy cut them out so that I could create more die cuts with them. And that kind of worked. I had to stick all of the stickers down with wet glue, which is also why I knew that these stickers had reached the end of their life. But it did help me create a thicker die cut, so to speak, my own sort of die cuts, and I was able to pop them up and just use them the same way that I would use the stickers, but it just gave me a bit more flexibility. So that is another little tip. If you've got stickers and you don't really want to use them as stickers, stick them onto white cardstock, fussy cut them out, and then you've got ephemera pieces. So I just added a little butterfly into that cluster, as well as a couple of feathers, which is a bit random, but the colours all match. And then the top right, I've got a globe, as well as some florals and some butterflies. And I'm just going to add this little bird up the top as well. I thought the globe was a good touch because I'm in Hawaii. And then the cluster in the bottom right of the photo, I've used a, what do you call it? Like a tassel pennant? No, I don't know what you would call that, a banner. And I have stuck that down, and it didn't stick properly, so I needed to use some wet glue. And then I've added a camera, and I'm adding a typewriter, which is totally random, but again the colors match. And then that little round yellow ephemera piece I stuck down there says "I am truly happy." And then I'm also going to stick a little floral there too, which I may not have done yet, but there it is. That little floral there ends up going beside the camera. And then I'm adding in some love hearts into each of the clusters, and then I'm pretty sure I am done. Well, mostly done. I do add some splatters. But then I'm done. This layout is finished. So I didn't over embellish because there's so much going on in the layers. I just decided to leave the embellishments pretty simple. I could have added a lot more, but yeah, I think it was enough. So I'm just putting everything aside. I'm going to cover my photo up and then I'm going to add my gold splatters and then we are done. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's super bright and colourful and I think it works really well for my photos. And yeah, I'm happy. It was a great scrap lift. So make sure you go and check out Miranda and Laura's, both their takes on this layout, but also just their channels in general as we do this Scrap Madness collaboration, because it's a super fun month. It will have been a super fun month by the time this video comes out, but also we will have many more exciting videos to come for the rest of the month. So definitely go and check them out. So here we go. We have finished. Here is the close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please come back tomorrow and check out what we've got coming up and we will see you then. Have a lovely day. Bye.